Welcome back to I'm Divinely Faceted. Okay, listen. My free write yesterday or the day before, I did it the day before, okay, was about honest perception. That was the title, honest perception, okay? Um Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. Okay. Pay close attention to this. All right. What am I doing? I'm smudging. All right. I'm saging. Okay. Cleaning the air. Okay. There's a message behind this. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. Thank you, ancestors. All right. I'm going to show it to you. It's something that we see, but we don't know what we're looking at. Okay. One of those. Okay. That part. All right. So when it comes to honest perception, okay, you have to be very, very mindful of who it is that you listen to. Okay, is somebody giving you their honest perception, or are they trying to distort the facts? Distort the facts. Okay, I'm on. Oh man, hold on. I gotta get my rooms, y'all. Hold on. Okay, let me get a room. That's way too many. That's way too many, bro. Okay, so there is a message here. There's a message here. Let me get a room from here. Okay, hold on. Whew. Okay. We got Ansus. Okay. We got your magic. All right. We got inspiration. We got God. That's what's in. That's what came out here for these rooms. All right. Now, if I'm gonna read these left to right, okay. You got Sawulo. All right. This is success. This is strength. All right. And it is sun. All right. The sun. Okay. So we got God here. Ansus. We also got sun, which is Ra. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here. Okay, stagnation came out sideways, or stillness. This came out sideways. Okay, this is Isa. All right, it came out sideways. Okay, so I'm getting that whoever this is that is possibly in your energy, they are very much so focused about your success. Okay, focused on your magic here. Okay, this is somebody who wants you to be in stagnant, still type of energy here. Okay, I'm seeing Hagalaz. All right, Hagalaz is hold on, let me see what Hagalaz is. Change, disruption. I can't make it up. All right. Change, disruption. Okay. This is what Hagalaz is, a storm. Okay. So when it comes to your magic, when it comes to your gifts, when it comes to the God, the light that is within you, I'm seeing sin. Okay. I'm seeing sin. So you have people around you that could possibly be sinners. Okay. You have people around you that want your sun, your strength, your magic to be still. Okay. They are trying to create some sort of disruption here in your life. And it is because everybody cannot go with you. You are going to be showered with some sort of abundance here. Okay. I'm getting it's the abundance of your higher self. All right. Seer is showing up here in reverse. So whoever this is, somebody do not want you to have act they don't want your gifts to be activated. They don't want you to be able to see. Okay, somebody's going to try to create some sort of a storm here. Okay, now when it comes, we talking about like spiritual warfare. Okay, you have to think of everything as spiritual warfare. What is somebody sending to you? Again, listen, first house, we got appearance here. It's about how you are showing up. Okay, it don't necessarily have to be what you have on, how you look, and all of that. It is how you are showing up, what you are appearing to look like to someone else here. Okay, then we got this one here. Okay, Rado in reverse. Okay, somebody wants you to be off course. Somebody wants you to be off track here. Okay, somebody do not want you to be aligned with what you are supposed to be aligned with here. Okay, we got Wunjo. Okay, in reverse. Okay, so this is joy. This is pleasure. This is wishes, okay? This is somebody who do not want you on the road to getting what it is that you are supposed to have in this lifetime here, okay? This is somebody who do not want you on that track. All right? This is what I'm seeing here. Okay? We got Gable. All right, we have Gable here, okay? So I'm getting that there's somebody who may come, it's all about your gifts for one, but you have somebody that may come trying to seduce you, okay? Because Gable could also be SEX, and that's what I picked up on it today, okay? Somebody is definitely, ancestors are saying protect yourself, all right? This is protection here. This is also, hold on, let me see which one this is. I know it's protection for sure, but let me see the name of it. El Haas. All right, El Haas. Okay, protect yourself. All right, because people, I think I said this in my last reading, not on this channel, on the other channel. Defend yourself, okay, because there's somebody coming after your sacral energy. Okay, your sacral energy is basically where you got your God that reside, where you got your magic, where you got your creativeness. That's where that resides here. Okay, I'm seeing Dagass. All right, this is Dagass here. This is a door. This is a transition. This is awakening here. Okay, so what I'm getting from this energy is you need to protect your next awakening. All right, very, very specific message here. Okay, they see that you are strong. They see that you have what it is that you need. Okay, by Isa being sideways. All right, the eye being sideways. All right, this is somebody who wants you to be still. This is somebody who wants you to be stagnant, but you're not being stagnant. Okay, you're not going for that shit. Okay, then you got somebody here that is trying to create some sort of a storm. Okay, so that your road, your path, rado in reverse, so that your path, you could be knocked off course. Okay, so you can't get anything that you wish for with Wunjo here. Okay, they are going to do it by way of seduction. They are going to do it by way of SEX here. So ancestors are saying protect your next awakening. Okay, I just read all them runes, period. Now listen, I'm just not starting on this. Once I get on this for real, I'm gonna be a whole boss at reading these runes the way I just did. Okay, long as I know them, I got you. I got you. But the whole thing is about your magic, all right? The God that resides in you, Ansus, okay? That Ansus that resides in you, okay? Now, my free write was about honest perception, okay? That's the title, honest perception. And honest perception is hard to come by due to the fact that people like to distort information and alter events. If one still has ego, then an honest perception is rarely obtained because the ego is not a representation of honesty. The ego represents distortion, pride, and just make the storyline fit to one's advantage. Conversations are not understood because you have both sides attempting to distort the storyline or details to make events fit the image of the ego. The healed individuals are those who can give honest perception because the events are just the events and nothing more. The ego uses events to make them shine in the light. The honest perception already shines as the light. Nothing spoken is used for no other reason except for the benefit of the listener learning the way I did. A chosen learns lessons on their own and not carried through it. And for this reason, it's no reason to distort the facts because every event of the story should be honored due to the events making you who you are today. An honorary title is what the chosen consider the events. Be proud of your growth, not ashamed, because although they do not say, they desire to be in your skin. Assure that when you speak, you give your honest perception. The glow is not on you, it's in you. And allow glow to lead you in every emotion that you have. Okay? Now, what I got from this honest perception here, okay? And a lot of people ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about when I say this, okay? So you have people that's in their ego, okay? So let's just say somebody goes to a wedding, All right. And the wedding is very, very beautiful. The bride is beautiful. Her hair is nice and all of that type of energy. Okay. All right. And you have somebody who's going to come back to you with an honest perception about what they saw. Okay. The bride was beautiful. The bride was nice. Her hair was really pretty. The cake was really pretty. This happened, that happened. They're going to have an honest perception about it. But that person that is in ego, okay, and you know, ego can come out as many things. It can come out as hating, it can come out as jealousy, it can come out as stupidity, it can come out as anything. Okay, it's all low vibrational. Remember, I told you all of those ego low vibrational things, they're compartmentalized, but they all weigh the same. Okay, so you're gonna get somebody with ego. They're gonna come with an ego perception. Okay, and you're gonna get this person that's saying, I don't even know why she even did that. That was a waste of time. The cake was nasty. The food was nasty. That's like an ego perception. Her dress was too little. It's like an ego perception. You're not getting a real perception of what was really going on, okay? So you got to be very, very mindful of who it is that you're listening to, okay? Go with the honest perception. Go with somebody who is healed, because somebody who is not healed, they're going to distort the facts to fit them. They're going to distort the facts to fit how they want it to fit. Okay, this is the energy that this was speaking on. All right, it's almost giving the energy of what they do to us nowadays. They tell you one thing, but it's really something else. Okay, they show you this for it to look like this, but it's really something else. Okay, and that is not an honest perception. Okay, you're not going to get an honest perception from somebody who leads with ego, or somebody who's controlling things by way of ego. Okay, this is what I got the other day here. Okay, the downloads that I got is best friend wifey. Okay, I also got homecoming. All right, equation, forest fire, danger lurks, and I had to look this one up, asinine. I had no idea what that was, okay? But what it says is extremely stupid or foolish. Now, when I looked that up and it said extremely stupid, okay? So I'm like, damn, that's harsh, okay? So let me look up extremely. I know exactly what extremely means to me on a daily basis, but let me look up extremely in comparison to stupid, okay? And extremely means to a very great degree. Okay, so and then oh boy, the song by Cash Doll. Okay, that is significant. All right, so this is what I'm getting here. All right, there is somebody that's possibly in your energy, somebody that you could have nurtured. Okay, somebody that because Berkana came out, fertility and nurturing. Okay, that came out. Also, Issa came out yesterday in my free write. All right, and that's stillness, stagnation. Okay, this is Issa. Okay, this is Issa. All right, very strong ego energy here. Okay, so I'm getting that whatever is going on in your energy, you have somebody that's extremely stupid, like extremely to a very great degree of stupidity here. Okay, also danger is lurking here with this person. I'm seeing forest fire, so somebody could be completely in their emotions, completely in their passions here. With homecoming, I'm picking up on somebody ready to come home. This is the energy that I'm getting, or somebody coming home from a location here. With the equation, that is like somebody can't add it up, somebody can't put it together. All right, it's almost giving me the energy of confusion, but it's not quite confusion. It's almost like calculated. Okay, so somebody in your energy is very, very calculated, and whatever it is that they're trying to do to you. It could be the best friend's wifey. Okay, I don't know who this is and what this is pertaining to, but be very, very mindful and be very, very cautious here. Honest perception. So somebody's going to come to you in your energy. This looks like somebody is going to be lying about something. All right, this may be somebody that you cannot trust, but this person is going to come in some sort of a nurturing type of mentality. Okay, a problem solver with equation here. So somebody could be coming acting like they're helping you solve some sort of a problem here. Forest fire. Okay, when you think of a forest fire, it's a fire going through everything and burning everything down. Okay, it sneak up on you, you don't even know it's coming in your direction. You saw it over there and now it's right here. Okay, it's that type of energy. Okay, somebody is very much so in their feelings, that's in your energy. I don't know who this is or who it could be. It could be anybody. Okay, asinine, very, very stupid energy. Okay, very, very, it's like they'll do anything anything, okay? This is what I am getting. Somebody's coming home from jail too. I've just got that. All right, so somebody could be coming home from jail as well. And with equation and that is almost like somebody is new. Somebody been gone for years, okay? That is new. Whatever's going on around them is new. They can't push this shit together. What's that? Oh, a cell phone. What the fuck you mean? What you mean a cell phone? Like, what you do with that? Like, it's that type of energy where somebody's been gone for so long and something has changed, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody coming home from prison, or it could also be somebody coming back into your life with homecoming, coming back into your life, and everything's completely different and they can't put the equation together, okay? But danger is lurking because there's somebody here who's very, very stupid, okay? Could be using a best friend's wifey, okay? I'm seeing two best friends here. I don't know exactly what that energy is. I'm also seeing, oh boy. When I looked it up, it was cash doll. All right. But what I got was, oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know who that is because that's who I thought of. But when I looked it up, cash doll came out. Okay. So people are going to be doing things for money. This is what I'm seeing here. Okay. When I looked up, when I pulled some cards, abundance came out. Everyone can't go. This came out the last night or the other day when I did my free write, okay, and it's back again. So everyone can't go. Can you turn that light on? And you see how it's dimming, it's starting to dim, okay? Everyone can't go because they will dim your light. This is what I'm getting. Wow. Everyone can't go and abundance is here. Here and here. When I shuffle today, these are the cards, okay? Then you got made in her image that came out. You got justice. You have aura. You have reunite and intuitive. Oh, wait, intuitive, and then you have tarot reader. Okay, so you could be a tarot reader, okay? But what I got from all of those cards that came out, it says, your abundance is waiting, and this is a journey you have to take alone. Everyone can't go. You were made in the image of Mother God, and therefore you win. You have reunited with intuitive gifts, okay? So you could be a tarot reader here, okay? What else came to me was mainstream media. After I wrote that, mainstream media, okay, something significant with media takeout as well. It also said your audience is waiting. So you could be somebody who's waiting to showcase your gifts, okay, or showcase what it is that you know how to do. All right, this could be somebody I'm talking to who's interested in tarot reading, or you could be a seer, okay? Somebody that is aligned with you. Remember, seer came out in reverse. This is somebody who don't want you to see, okay? This is somebody who doesn't want you to get to a certain place of healing when it comes to your life here, okay? Clairvoyant came out. The other set of cards, clairvoyant. That's clear seeing. Oh my God. Okay, clear seeing. I think they want to be careful with you. All right. Part of fortune. Um, you're the only one in your family. Light and Libra. Okay, so you could be a Libra. You could also be a seer, or this is a gift that you are going to have enhanced within you. Okay, this says your gift of seeing is rare, and this is why they may want to be careful with you. Seeing and your role as a seer is your part of fortune. Okay, so whoever you are, that's how you're gonna make your money. All right, whoever you are, if you are into tarot reading, or if you are a seer, okay, your ancestors is reaching out to you, letting you know this is how you get out of debt, okay, or this is what you use in order to advance your life, okay. You are the only of your kind in your family, okay. So if you thinking that something was passed down to you, no, it wasn't. You the only one, all right, that can do this, all right. You carry the light, and you are a master at balancing the scales. All right, so you could be a Libra, okay? You're also a master at balancing the scales here, okay? That's all I got when it came to downloads. Now, we have to be very, very mindful of what it is that we are coming across. All right, who it is that we're listening to. Okay, whether or not somebody's giving you a good perception, whether or not the perception is genuine, okay, you have to be very, very mindful here, because again, especially if somebody is in your family, you are the only one of your kind. Nobody can give you advice, all right? So don't let nobody come in your life telling you, okay, well, you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that and you shouldn't do this, and then giving you advice on your own gifts, okay? The only person you can get advice from when it comes to your gifts is your ancestors, and it is God, okay? And God resides with you, in you. Okay, this is the energy that I am getting. Give me more here. All right, now listen, Akashic Records. All right, whoever this person is in your energy, they know who you are. Okay, Ansus came out here. They know who you are. You're very inspirational, okay? And you could have access to your Akashic records, or that's something that you are going to be into, okay? They want it, all right? The government, they want it here, but they can't have it, all right? This is not for them, okay? They can't even get in, okay? This is the energy that I was kind of picking up on during my other reading. You came complete. Okay, you came complete here, all right? Raven just made a little squealing type of sound here, all right? I'm seeing iPhone and then Master Manifester as well. Okay, so this is the energy. You are somebody who definitely came complete with all of your gifts. You just had to activate them, okay? You just had to get to your Akashic records to be able to do something, to be able to see, to be able to handle your gifts here, okay? They are watching you. This is what I am getting, all right? Again, be very, very mindful of people trying to help you, people trying to assist you. This is bringing me to religion, okay? Listen. Scandal. I cannot make it up. This is bringing me to religion. What came out? Church. Scandal. Okay, I can't never make it up. I just said it's bringing me to religion, and that's where it brought me, okay? And the cards as well at the same time. At the same damn time, okay? So it's bringing me to religion. Now, that takes me to my sage, okay? You saw me with this big-ass sage up in this motherfucker like these, okay? Smoking and smudging, all right? And what we do with that, we protect our energy, okay? We get all of the bad energy out, and we're also calling upon our ancestors, okay? It's like an ancient herb. Sage is like an ancient herb. However, this is something that you see and you don't know that you're seeing it. You don't know what this person is doing, okay? It's perceived as something else to you when you see it, okay? What is he doing? Okay? What is he doing? All right? They will never tell you, Catholic Church, Rome, they will never tell you that they do the same shit. Okay? They got to look at different. All right? That's frankincense and myrrh inside of here. Okay? Well, that's what it said when I looked it up. That is frankincense and myrrh. Okay? He's not doing nothing different than what the fuck I just did to purify my energy, because this is what they're doing. Confirmation. This is what they're doing. They're purifying the energy, okay? They ain't doing nothing but saging, all right? But they will have you think this old, whole Rome, royal, Catholic thing when they're not doing anything but saging, okay? They are purifying the energy as well. This is one big scandal here. All right, this is the energy. This is the reason why you have to be very, very cautious and careful of what it is. Remember, honest perception. They're not giving you an honest perception there. They're not telling you exactly what that is. That motherfucker walking through or swinging a whole bitch, okay, saging. Whatever they do with all the chants and all of that, and I ain't trying to disrespect nobody's religion or nobody's truth, but that's what you seeing, okay? Because when you see me holding up my sage and I'm doing the same thing he doing, it's wrong when I do it though. They got you thinking in their Bible that what I'm doing is wrong, but they doing it in a modern way. They doing it in a different way, and you appeased with it, okay? And you fucking amused by it, and you like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You all like that about it, but when I grab it, okay, when my color grab it, okay, oh, you working with the devil, you working with the devil. So what the fuck you doing then, okay? Because you ain't doing nothing but smudging. You're not doing nothing but purifying the air like I'm purifying the air. I'm purifying to talk to my ancestors to make sure I don't get nothing else coming through, okay? So why you doing it, okay? And where you get it from? Where you get it from, okay? Because remember, it was the Africans or whoever, wherever the fuck we come from or wherever we was at, okay? The Indians was doing it too. Smudging and using herbs and all this and that, okay? Now, granted, it don't say that they use sage. It say that they use frankincense and myrrh, okay? It's something very, very spiritual about frankincense and myrrh, especially when you a seer, especially when you do into it the original way. When you doing it the original way, have you ever wondered why you can't find frankincense or myrrh like you can find tea tree, or like you can find rosemary, or like you can find lavender? How come we can't find frankincense and myrrh like that? Okay, and you also got it in your Bible. It's in your Bible for a reason. So how come we don't got access to it like that? The same reason why we don't got access to goats. Like, why are you preserving the goats? Okay, why isn't goats in our grocery stores? Okay, why? Because you held the goat. Okay, Baphomet. Okay, is that why you don't want us to kill the goats? What's really going on here? How come we can eat the cows that's very sacred to the Egyptians, but we can eat the goat? We can't eat the goats. Like the goats is not on the shelves. Why the goats ain't on the shelves? Okay, Baphomet. Okay, why the goats not on the shelves to be eaten? All right, catch it. All right, this is the energy. Another thing, I'm being brought to your children. Okay, protect your children. All right, protect your children from day one of them popping out of your tootie. Okay, protect your children here. Okay, because this is the energy. What's really good anytime you have a brand new baby that come out, okay, listen, galaxy shifter in reverse, okay, your baby just came from somewhere, okay, that spirit just came from somewhere, okay, have you ever know ancestors say that is the truth? Okay, that is the truth. That spirit just came from somewhere, okay? And so now that that baby has made it to planet Earth here, see, we don't think outside of the box. That baby just came from somewhere. That spirit just arrived from somewhere, okay? So he has and she has energy, she has memory, she has all of this, okay? Why is it that these hospitals, when your baby is first here, they want some blood from that baby, but not only that, they also want to give your baby a hepatitis B shot. Okay? Why do they want to give your baby a hepatitis B shot? Okay? This says baby needs the hepatitis B vaccine, okay, to protect them from a potentially serious liver disease that can cause long-term health problems, including liver failure, cirrhosis, and liver cancer. Okay? Why in the fuck are you so worried about my baby's liver? Why? Why hepatitis? Okay, it's other diseases that can happen to the baby. It's other things. Why are you trying to protect my baby from hepatitis? Okay, he packed as liver. Hepa is about your liver, inflammation of the liver. Why are you so focused on my baby's liver? Do you bring up the next one? Why? Why? Why you want to give my baby a shot? My baby just got here. Why are you trying to give my baby this shot? Well, how come you ain't worried about a pancreatic shot? How come you not worried about a kidney shot? How come you not worried about any other disease that this baby could have that's lifelong? How come you not worried about nothing else? Why you want to give my baby a hepatitis shot? Okay, here's why. Cultures and spiritual tradition, the liver is often seen as the seat of emotions, vitality, and even the soul. The liver is linked to sacrificial rituals and the offering of one's inner being to God. So why? Why? If my baby's liver is the seat to their emotions, okay, so what, you trying to destabilize their emotions, you trying to fuck up their emotions from baby? From the beginning, you trying to fuck up their emotions. Vitality is power. Vitality is power, okay? Even the soul, okay? The liver is the seat to the soul. It's the seat to the emotions. It's the seat to vitality and power, and it's the seat to the soul. So here, when my baby come out, you want to inject my baby with some motherfucking hepatitis B shot. Like, you want to inject them with a protection, some sort of protection here. Now get the fuck out of here, okay? Because I see what you're doing. Okay, it says the liver is linked to sacrificial rituals all the way at the bottom. It's linked in Christianity. Okay, scandal. Okay, it's a sacrifice done with these babies off rip that we ain't seeing. In Christianity, the liver is linked to sacrificial rituals and the offering of one's inner being to God. So first off, y'all not really worshiping God, okay? You don't know who you worshiping, okay? You got all these different religions out here. Don't nobody know which one is the real one. Don't nobody know which one is the truth, okay? Don't nobody know none of that. So why are you giving your energy to something you don't even know? You don't know if it's the real one. How you so special that it is the real one, okay? This is what I'm getting to y'all. They all selling the same story, but look at this. You sacrificing the babies? You trying to get into the baby's energies? What you doing? Okay, we have to be very, very mindful of the perception that you get. All right, these people that, like I said, who is living in ego. Okay, protect yourself from all these people that's living in ego. All these people that's living in ego, that's all you hearing about, the priest in the church and all of that. And they touching on the kids and touching on the boys and doing this and doing that. And they at the Diddy parties and all of that. You hear all of this. And you still looking at church as sacred. You still looking at the pastors as sacred. Okay, pastor. Like, come on. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ancient Egypt. Okay, this is where all of it even came from. All right, I was talking to you about the pineal gland the other day, and I was telling you that the pineal gland has a lot to do with pine cone. Okay, and that's also what the Catholic Church use. Okay, if you looked it up, this is what's at the Vatican. All right, this is what's at the Vatican. A whole statue of a pine cone. Now, how long was that there? Because it's turning green, so that means it was bronze at some point, okay? So it could have been put there during the Bronze Age. We don't know. It's turning green, so that means it was bronze at some point, okay? So why is that the worship, okay? But they don't got you worshiping it. They don't got you. The pine cone represents your third eye. They know everything about the third eye. They know everything about what's going on here. But they done got you worshiping this. They ain't got you looking into it, nothing. But they own it. Okay? On the side of that, you got two peacocks. What's that? That's Oshun energy here, okay? So what you secretly worshiping here? What are you secretly worshiping, but you got everybody else doing something different? You don't care about nobody else. You just care about holding power, keeping power, and all that. Okay? This is what I am talking about, okay? You have those ancient Egyptians. They knew about the pine cone, okay? You travel lifetimes, whoever you are. Okay, what you got? You travel lifetimes. All right. In ancient Egypt, the pine cone held symbolic meaning related to fertility, regeneration, and eternal life. Remember, I told you the pine cone is on the evergreen tree, okay? The evergreen tree is the tree that's living forever, okay? It don't never die throughout the winter, the summer, the fall, okay? How come it don't have no pine cone? Don't nothing fall but the pine cones. The leaves don't, the needles don't. Okay, don't nothing fall off that motherfucker. Okay, it represents eternal life. Okay, it says often depicted in connection with deities like Osiris. Okay, the pine cone is it's in connection with Osiris, but they're not gonna tell you that. But they got that statue sitting right there down there at the Vatican. Okay, let's not talk about the Vatican. Let's not talk about all of Europe. Okay, all of Europe was not white. All of Europe was not white. Okay, I already did the research. All of Europe was not white. Okay, we were kings and queens back then. Okay, this color right here, we was kings and queens back then. Okay, and when you look at Africa, you gotta say, where's all the castles? Okay, they spoke about grand castles, and we were kings and we were queens, and like, where's all the castles? Okay, all the castles are in Europe. Okay, I did some more digging. Okay, all of those castles that you look up in Europe, that is right there on a mountain, and you sitting and you looking like, how in the fuck did they even build that on that mountain? Okay, it's like that. It's that type of energy when you see certain castles. Okay, those castles, the Etruscans. Okay, the Etruscans. All right, hold on, look up Etruscans. Actually, I got a picture from 2023. Listen, the Etruscans, which was a black group of people, okay, they built their castles on the edge of the mountain so that you can't just have people coming up on you. All right, you can't have people that's coming to try to make you fall or defeat you or fight against you. Those armies, you're on a mountain for a reason. Okay, they built it like that for a reason. The Etruscans were black. Okay, we were in Europe first. I can never make it up. Okay, this is an Etruscan man. Okay, this is before Christ, 400 to 300. Okay, an Etruscan man. Okay, they were of dark color, big nose, big lips. Okay, we resided in Europe first, okay? Understand that the people that's in charge now, they don't build nothing on their own, okay? They used us. They always have used us, okay? And the reason why they're in Europe now is because they came and they conquered it and they took it over, all right? Us being nice, us being who we normally are, okay? Being nice have always gotten us fucked up, all right? And I ain't saying being mean out here. I'm not pushing no type of be mean. I ain't pushing that. Oh, that's a 2020. All right. Okay. Antolia, a Greek man. This is a Greek man. All right, another Negro. All right, ain't that over there too? Ain't Greece in Europe? Yeah, ain't that over there? That's another. That's an African American. What year is this? 200 BC. Okay, I did my research long time ago. All right, but it ain't make no sense to me all the way up until now. Okay, this is the energy we on. All right, we have to understand what we seeing and understand that the perception that they gave us, their view of what they gave us, is not right. It is not right. Okay, they gave us what they wanted us to have. All right, they gave us what they wanted us to have. Hold on, I got another picture. Okay, this says the Eurasian invasion. Okay, the Eurasian invasion. Okay, who is that? That's a black man. All right, and I can't see this, but I pulled it up a long time ago and I read it, so I'm gonna have to look that up again if they allow me to, because you know when you get on to something, they you can pull it up one time and you will never be able to find it again. So I'm gonna see if I can find that. Okay, there's a lot of things in here that they are not telling you. Okay, 10th century Moorish king. Okay, Moorish king, and we're not talking about no cartoon figures. All right, you know it's fake when it's shown to you in a cartoon figure. Okay, you know it's fake. You know they trying to change something when it's shown to you in a cartoon figure. This ain't no cartoon figure. This is sitting somewhere in somebody's museum. Okay, that's a 10th century Moorish king. Okay, never let the Moors know who and what they were. All right, this is a Moorish king. Where did this Moorish king live? Because there is no extraordinary ancient old castles in Africa. I don't see none of that in Africa. Okay, because that's not where we were originally. Okay, remember I told you the Americans now, they're here because that's who they wanted to go and get from Africa. Okay, we fled into Africa. Where did we flee from? Europe. Okay, we fled from Europe here. Okay, spiritual freedom. Okay, we fled from Europe. Okay, I'm getting that is where we were spiritually free. We were spiritually free in Europe. But when people came, okay, when people came around, we couldn't be spiritually free. So we ran to an area or to a location where we could be spiritually free. Okay, listen, where's my book? On the very last page of my book. Okay, my book is being sold on Amazon. Okay, I got 2 books on Amazon. It's called Let the Black Woman Tell the Story. Okay, on the very last page of the first book, listen, original intelligence. All right, okay, I'm speaking to you about original intelligence. This is what it was in the beginning. You know, they ain't built nothing. If that was the case, they wouldn't have looked for all of those people to come over here and build this over here. Okay, they wouldn't have did that. They wouldn't have did that. Okay, this is the energy. You got to understand what you have seen. All right, and it's not what you think it is. It's in a whole different perspective. This is the book. Let the Black Woman Tell the Story. Okay, in the binoculars, you got America and you got Africa here. Okay, written by me. Okay, written by me. All right, now at the very, very end, I'm gonna read something to you. Okay, this was in 1835. When did slavery end? 1865. Slavery ended in 1865. Okay, slavery ended in 1865. This passage right here was written in 1835. Okay, look, let me just show you. All right, you see that? 1835. Whoever this was, they even read it on there, wrote it on there. Okay, it's even written on there, but it's here too as well. 1835. Now, listen to what it says. All right, with they lying asses. Listen to what it says. whoever he is, his name is Lord Macaulay, addressed to the British Parliament. Okay. All right. The British Parliament. They were addressing someone in Britain. All right. I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa. Okay. Now we don't even know where Africa is. We know where they telling us Africa is now, but where was Africa? Where did they consider Africa? Because they call Africans black people, period. Just black people. At some point, they called all the blacks African. Okay. I have traveled across the length and breadth of Africa, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar. Okay, so we talking about rich bitch status. Okay, he ain't seen not one person that's a beggar. He white. Okay, this is a white man addressing the British Parliament saying he went to Africa and he ain't see not one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country. What country? Because the Africa that we looking at, it don't look like they got wealth. Okay, you can't see no wealth in it. You can't see no ancient wealth. You can't see no wealth in that Africa. Okay, at least what they show us. All right, I don't know Africa because I ain't been there. All right, but you tell me, do you see great wealth around Africa that's ancient and not new? All right, put it in the comments. I ain't talking about the new buildings. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about the old ancient castles. Is it spread it throughout your whole country? That's what I want to know, because that's not the shit they showing us. All right, it says such high moral values, people of such caliber. All right, this is somebody talking to the British Parliament about what he done seen in Africa. He done traveled across the length and the breadth of Africa. Okay, you done traveled that whole bitch, wherever we talking about, because we ain't really talking about Africa. Okay, we talking about Africa after they done changed the name of Africa, because if they was actually talking about Africa, they would have called Africa by its original name. Look up Africa's original name. It starts with an A, but it ain't Africa. Okay, it says, such moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country. This is a white man, okay, addressing the British Parliament, saying that they don't think that we would ever conquer this country. We would never conquer these people, the people of Africa. They wasn't white. Okay, the people of Africa wasn't white. You ain't never gave yourself that, okay? You gave all the Africans to be Negroes and niggas and blacks and, okay, all right? So the people he talking about, he not talking about no white group of people, okay? He's saying, what's the name of it? The original Africa is El Cabulon, okay? El Cabulon, all right? El Cabulon, all right? So back in the before Christ, it wasn't called Africa. It wasn't called Africa. So what is he calling Africa for real? Before that, they made that Africa. Okay? It says that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. I ain't done. I'm just going to stop right there. You got this white man, February 2nd in 1835, okay? So slavery ended in 1865. So in 1835 is when he addressed the Parliament. So if he was saying to the Parliament in 1835 that I have went through all of Africa and I don't see not one beggar, all I see is great wealth and great caliber, okay, no beggar, just wealth and riches and all of that. This is in 1835. So when the fuck was we slaves, bro? For real though, on some for real shit. When the fuck was we slaves? If in 1835 it was such great wealth in Africa. This was in 1835. Where's the wealth? What you see? Because you seen it, because you wrote about it, okay? And you addressed the Parliament, okay? And we were still slaves, right? Wasn't we slaves? In 1835, slavery was happening real big. In 1835, okay? This man is clearly saying, in 1835, I don't think we'll be able to break this. I don't think we'll be able to conquer this country. Why? Because of their spiritual and cultural heritage, okay? That shit they call voodoo now. That shit that they call tarot, okay? That shit that they call witchcraft, okay? This is the reason why they said they don't think that they could conquer an African country. Wherever the fuck we was in Europe probably. More than likely, the Tartarians, we was more than likely in Europe, okay? Where all those castles was. The Moors was in Europe, in Spain, okay? We wasn't in Africa, all right? It was people that fled into Africa, okay? And they probably called Europe Africa back then. We don't know what the fuck. They came and they named that shit. They came and they made that map. Okay, they done traveled throughout all the world and all of the universe, and they called this Iceland. Why? Because it got a lot of ice. It's got icebergs, and you feel me? Okay, they named everything. Okay, they called Africa because they had so many black people there. Okay, that type of energy. That type of energy, okay? You got to think about it. They didn't just travel the breadths of everything just because. They was trying to rename things, okay? Listen, they didn't think that they could conquer us. Why? Because of our spiritual and cultural inheritance, our spiritual, cultural, okay? Spirit culture. That's our culture. Spirit culture, okay? Catch it. That is our culture. I told y'all a long time ago when I started tarot, I looked at it as bad because I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. Okay? But as I started letting spirit guide me and things started just coming, and before I even grabbed one deck of cards, my whole little situation was looking like, damn, this looked like the tarot card readers, that like their situation. This looks like this looks like that. And that's how I realized they was on some bullshit. Like they done misled and misguided everybody, making everybody already believe that is wrong, okay? When our culture is spirituality, our culture is this. Our culture is not the Christian Bible. That is not our culture. That's a created culture. That is a created movement, okay, to keep you from your spirituality. Okay? This is what this is saying. Okay? They did not think that they could overcome and challenge the nation of the African people, the nation of the black people. They did not think that they could even get we can't do this. Unless we break the very backbone of this nature, okay? Of this nation, which is spiritual and cultural heritage. We can break them if we break their spirituality. We can break them if we break their culture. If we take their culture away from them, we can break them. But from what I see, bro, we ain't gonna be able to do that. Yeah, we ain't even fucking with them, bro. I'm giving it to you in layman terms. I'm giving it to you from the nigga, okay? This is where I'm giving it to you from. This is what they saying. Look, nigga, look. I don't even think that we ain't gonna be able to take that down. No, we ain't gonna be able to take that down. Why you say that? Cause I ain't seen one po nigga. I ain't seen nothing, nigga. Everything that's over there is rich. Everything that's over there is wealth, okay? Listen, I'm giving it to you per the black woman's story, okay? Because they made it nice. I'm telling you how it really was. Okay, why you don't think we'd be able to? Because they doing all that spiritual shit over there. They into their culture, like they know how to do this, they know how to do that. We ain't gonna be able to take that nation down, bro. We're not gonna be able to do that unless we go for their spirituality, unless we go for their culture. This is what this is saying. I'm just saying it so my people can get it, but this is what they are saying. Okay, then it say, I propose. Okay, this is a white man saying what his idea, what he think that we should do. Okay, this is what he's saying. This is what we should do. I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system. What we used to teach our kids. Old and ancient education system? It ain't that shit they teaching our kids now. What's our old and ancient education system? What did we teach our kids back in the day? Okay, that you changed and start teaching our kids this. Like, what's our old education system? Somebody needs to do the research. I'll do it too, but somebody needs to do the research. What's our old education system? Okay, her culture. What was our culture? He made it clear, spiritual. Our culture is spiritual. Okay, so all of that shit that you see me doing, okay, that shit that they copied off of when they threw that Bible in your motherfucking face and slapped you 5 times with 8 different Bibles, okay? All that shit right there, all that Rome, all of that saging right in front of your motherfucking face, but it looked different, okay? All of that, all right? They changed all of that and they still got it in your face looking different, okay? This is what I'm reading here. For if the Africans think that all is foreign and English is good. Listen, this is what he said right here. If the Africans think that all that is white is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem. Okay? So you brought that Bible over and you like, look here. It's like, oh wow, this is nice. Okay? Now you're breaking us down. Now you're starting to break us down, okay? You broke the people down with taking medicine over there. Oh, you got this? Oh, this is what's going on with your world? Oh, this happened? Like they done gave people AIDS over in Africa. They done gave people AIDS and then they came over. Like, here, we got the cure, and everybody like, oh my gosh, great, thank you. So that's one of the things that they did, okay? And that was later on in life. This right here is 1835. This 1835, okay? In my book, my other book, okay? I tell you about what they did with people in Africa and AIDS. They brought that shit over there, and then they brought the medicine to try to tell you, look, this is what is good. This is what is good. And so now you thank you with their fucked up medicine. Okay, this is you thinking that their medicine is good. You done lost the ability to heal thyself. You done lost the ability to heal thyself. Okay, honest perception, and anybody that is in their ego, greed, that's ego. Okay, pride, that's ego. Okay, they not telling you the right thing. If they in that, they not telling you the right thing. Their native culture. Listen. Let me start over. For if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. I'm just going to say this. You better be motherfucking glad I don't hate every motherfucking white person off of what I found. Catch it. You better be glad that I'm not in the energy of hating every motherfucking white person out there because of what this nigga said about y'all and what y'all did to these people, to us, to my ancestors. Okay? I'm on that love shit. I'm still on that love shit. But this right here, when you read it and you see that we was a rich people and you got us out here displayed like we was never anything. You were never anything. You were always a slave. You came from dust. Okay? You got the people thinking that they came from dust. Dirty and dusty. Okay? You got the people thinking that they came from dust. Okay? You got the people thinking that they came from a rib. No, we was spiritual. We was spiritual. Okay? This is the energy here. I'm going to read it without stopping. I'm going to try to read it without stopping. This is what this man said to the parliament in 1835. First off, it's 1835. 35 years away from slavery being stopped. So if we was in slavery for 400 years, 400 years, in 1835, it's saying Africa was rich. This is a real document. This is a real document. Okay? This is a real document. So if we were slaves in 1835, how is he saying Africa was rich, first off? How is he saying it was not no beggar that he saw? They was of such caliber. How? If people was enslaved. Okay? So they're not talking about Africa. They can't be talking about Africa. Okay? Listen. I have traveled across the length and the breadth of Africa. I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber that I do not think we would ever conquer the country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture. For if the Africans think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. Bitch. Okay? In 1835. Plotting, pondering. He was a spy. He was a spy because we was letting you walk among us. type shit. He was a spy. Oh, I done went here, I went here, I went there, I went there. That's like me going to Europe right now. Like, bro, when I went to Europe, man, they had these marble buildings. I seen the girl going up in there. She looked like she was like this, and she looked like she was that. And like, bro, if we gonna take that, we gonna have to go through the back door. And this is what he was doing in 1835. Okay? We make it look thugged out when we display what somebody's behavior was. We listen. If this was us, we would be in prison. We would be up under the jail because you plotted on the whole country. Okay? Listen, when the king come out, everybody bow down. When the king do this, everybody do this. How did you get this information? I was sitting outside with a cup as a beggar. That's what the fuck he was doing. He wasn't walking through with such grandiose. He wasn't walking through grand. He wasn't, because everybody in that motherfucker was grander than him. You best believe. Everybody was in there. Everybody that was in there was grand. It was no wealth. It was no beggar. He looking around for the po people. We don't know what po is, nigga. We don't even know what po is from the looks of your words. We didn't even know what po was. A beggar? For who? Begging for what? We had everything. You was looking for a beggar. You was used to a beggar. You the beggar. You know what beggar look like. You ain't seen none of that in Africa. Begging? Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. It's almost like we done swapped roles. Like they done swapped roles with us. Because majority in Detroit, the most of your beggars, the most of your panhandlers, you see white ones too, but you see black ones the most. Okay? You see black ones the most. Okay, they done set us in a mindset when we was the strongest thing out here. And we was the strongest thing out here because of our spirituality and our culture. And this is the reason why they make tarot look bold. This is the reason why they make tarot look evil. This is the reason why they're making all of these movies about it's demonic, it's demonic, it's demonic, it's demonic. Oh, Sage, oh, do your research. I had somebody in my motherfucking comments talking about I did the research on Sage, and you know what they really say about Sage. You know what Sage really is. So sit the fuck down somewhere. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Okay? Do your research. Okay, your Catholic, Rome, Pope, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he's saging right in our face. He's saging. What he calling upon? With frankincense and myrrh. What he calling upon? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Okay, a lot of people want to know, who is she? Who is she? Who is she and where she come from? Who is she and where she come from? I can tell you where I didn't come from. I didn't come from no man's rib. That's where I didn't come from. Okay, listen, I'm divinely faceted. Okay, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.